Many of us here are sitting here today because of a strong connect we feel with this man, Bala Kailasam, or the work that he represented in Chennai and all over in India. Cinema Rendezvous is a very small organization. We are just 3 years old. We started off as a film club, and for us to come up with something like Bala Kailasam Memorial Award is something quite big for us. It is one man and his conviction to do a certain kind of work that has inspired all this. On behalf of everybody here at Cinema Rendezvous, we are 3 trustees, Naga, Arun Manu, and the core committee of about 10 youngsters who've been working with us. And I welcome each and every one of you here. The jury members, Bindu Bhaskar is here, Ramani, Pani Seven, Shashi Nair, Sushila, Prasanna, and BK Sir's family is here. 5 categories we had for this award. You see there: print media, social media, documentary, television, and radio.
Good evening, everybody. Kailasam ரொம்ப serious type. சிரிப்பு கம்மி, பேச்சும் கம்மி. என்கிட்ட கைலாசம் அடிக்கடி சொன்னதுதான் ஞாபகம் வருது. பேச்சிலிருந்து ஒருத்தரை புரிஞ்சுக்கிறத விட பேசாம இருக்கும்போது அவரை இன்னும் நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கலாம். போன ஒரு வருஷமா காதுல நிறைய விழுறது இதுதான். கைலாசம் தான் எங்களுக்கு வழிகாட்டி. கைலாசம் சாரோட கனவுகளை எல்லாம் எங்க மூலமா நிறைவேற்றுவோம். கைலாசத்தோட அச்சீவ்மெண்ட்ஸ் எல்லாம் கேட்கும்போது அவரோட பழகலையே, அவரை பார்க்கலையேன்னு தோணுதுன்னு சொன்னாங்க. தன்னோட கனவுகள்ல மற்றவங்க கிட்ட கைலாசம் சொன்னதும் அவர் சொல்லாம மற்றவங்க புரிஞ்சுக்கிட்டதும் ரொம்ப கொஞ்சம் தான். அவருக்குள்ள அவர் வெளியில வாய் விட்டு பேசாத ஆனா சாதிக்க ஆசைப்பட்ட கனவுகள் இன்னும் நிறைய இருந்திருக்கணும்.
There are 2 people who support a lot of things that I do. They are here in this hall. Both Meena Reddy and Suhasini. I feel complete that way with Cinema Rendezvous. And another friend I request next to talk about Bala Kailasam, a fellow trustee, and my best friend Nagarajan, to please come on stage.
If father addressed current decade in society, son was talking to the future. If you watch all Minvimangal works, you will realize that we are addressing a society which is yet to come. When it came to others, he compromised. He was empathetic. He always said, "Yo, idiot," and moved on. When it came to himself, he did not compromise. Raju, Ayyavu, those 2 people, fine gentlemen who came as office boys, today they are editors. He always saw the human being not separately with reference to his environment. Responsibilities were shared. I am taking a responsibility, I am asking you to take a responsibility. That was Kailasam. He never believed in entertainment, media as an entertaining medium. Constantly he said, let us not use the term entertainment, let's use the word engagement. It can be humor, it can be a complete melodrama if we can engage them rather than entertaining them. He seemed to have a dream. It was never for himself, it was for the society.
There is a general opinion that if you want to do something right, it's not sustainable. The business model which Kailasam came out was an eminently sustainable model. The idea of public interest. His public interest was never propagandist or never a shrill mode. It is the one which respected the integrity and the intelligence of the viewer. We looked at 6 specific criteria to celebrate the spirit of Kailasam's public interest journalism. They were: it should explore a theme in depth, it should provide a voice to those who are marginalized, it should explore the nature of the interplay between ecology and economy, It should have the potential to question the dominant narrative. It should restore the agency of the people. And finally, it should speak truth to the power.
You must have seen, it's a Manipuri documentary. Out of the 5 categories, it's the Manipuri documentary which won the award. And the filmmaker is Pavan Kumar, Hobam Pavan Kumar.
Cinema Rendezvous takes great pleasure in recognizing your commendable documentary film from Shan as the most innovative and efficient work using media for a social cause, and shows its appreciation by awarding you the Bala Kailasam Memorial Award for the year 2015.
Cinema Rendezvous takes pleasure in recognizing and appreciating your commendable efforts on social media via CG-led Swara as the most efficient use of social media for a social cause.
Cinema Rendezvous takes great pleasure in recognizing and appreciating your commendable television program, Sarokar, as the most efficient use of television media for a social cause.
Thank you Moa for joining us. And she will be carrying back all the 3 citations back to Delhi.
Cinema Rendezvous takes pleasure in recognizing and appreciating your commendable efforts on the community radio, Gurgaon Ki Awaaz, as the most efficient use of radio media for a social cause.
And I request Pani Selvan sir to please read the citation for the print category.
Your frontline cover story documents and analyzes this blatant and widespread exploitation of natural resources in Tamil Nadu. Your article meticulously documents how this debilitating act is fueled by greed, official complicity, and political patronage. Thank you very much. We also had one very interesting product which came up, and we did not know how to categorize it. The mercury poisoning in Kodaikanal. It does not fall into any of the regular categories, and it is difficult to actually ignore it because it had its own impact.
It's wonderful to see Shailaja Naga organizing such a wonderful evening. We saw lots of films and we discussed, and it was a lot of fun. Kind of streamlined and done very well by Shailaja. Congratulations. And to have such a poignant evening. I think Bala Kailasam did not compromise. I mean, I admire his father, and I think in one meeting I admire him equally enough. I had a short interaction with him. I don't think any of you know about it. He came and he spoke to me for about half a day, and he talked about how important education is. So many people want education, and so many people want to give education to those who don't have. So he wanted to create a platform, and we had this amazing half a day discussion, and I could see so much of Balachandra in him. Wonderful, the kind of programs that they produced. And today, the way television is going, I wish there were like 10 clones of Bala Kailasam to change the way the mother-in-law and the daughter-in-law syndrome, which is really eating up television. You might be intelligent, intellectual, developed, but you're not being human anymore. So we need all of them to keep on telling us to be human beings and to be courteous and to be concerned about others. That's what today this whole Bala Kailasam Memorial Award is trying to do, is to be courteous and concerned about others. Thank you so much for inviting me, and we'll all try to be courteous and concerned about the world around us.
I have seen this film at least 3 times before, and one more time while we were selecting the final award. Before winning, this film had won the national award, as what Sarah just told you. And all the national award films were shown in Mumbai at one point in time, and I went for that and saw all the films. That's one time, and Pavan was also there in Mumbai, and there was a discussion, and so I heard him speaking about the film. And I always think that Pavan is a man of great integrity, has a great commitment, and a very brave man, and very soft person also. So I'm happy that everybody liked this film and it's won the award.
I have seen Mr. Kailasam's work, but whatever discussion that I have been listening to from for last hour, that I can understand that he was a man of conviction. Films are not made; they are built. So we, the builders of films, have different roles in making film, in the process of making. Once I was talking with Pavan about this film, Paul was telling us that when he was a child, he was in front of his house. There's lots of trees, like almost like a jungle, and they used to go and play inside that. And he lives in the same house, and we went there, stayed with him, and it's all concrete there. Pawan wanted to address this, whatever is happening, because Northeast has become really a potential ground for development. The idea of film in the process of shooting has changed, and it's now whatever the film is now, the floating life. But he was saying me that he will make another film on development issues in Rendezvous also. Anyway, so the Loktak Lake, you will all see the film. Loktak has an interesting character. There's lots of biomass that are floating there for God knows how many years, for thousands of years. It's very difficult life, really difficult, and if you don't know how to drive a boat, then it makes it more difficult, because everywhere it's water. And the foam is actually the foam sound, the name of the film, and foam is those biomass, they call it foam. So you are basically floating on a small, like this much, like the area of this stage, and there's a small heart, and you are inside it and shooting, and you can't really move. And when it rains, it's more difficult. You can't do anything.
And Shailaja has actually inspired me to reopen that theatre. So maybe
You don't see the flopping.
yes. So maybe very soon, maybe that's the only piece of land I haven't explored. So maybe that will happen. So once again, congratulations to the winner, and thank you very much for being here.